I haven't made a video in a while. Just been really crazy busy. But today I got this wonderful package in the mail. British Wool sent it to me. And it was this wonderful book about British sheep and wool. I was kind of more interested in the textile end of it. That's why I wrote them a letter. However, the book actually talks about the sheep and how they produce it. It's a really cool book. But britishwool.org.uk sent me that, and I really appreciate it. I do understand that there are more aspects than just the textile industry. There's also the farming and the breeding and all that. But that's just something cool that happened today, and so when I got to the mail, I did that. I actually opened the package at the fabric counter at the local Walmart. Also, I've really got to quit wearing man-made fibers. I'm actually currently wearing cotton poly hoodie, and I get a rash. I have a white cotton t-shirt, just an undershirt on, and I don't know if earlier it showed the rash stopping at my sleeve. The red stops right there, and it's red all the way down my arm. So I really need to work on that. About a week and a half ago, I actually made my first ever from a pattern sewing project. And these are my clown pants. This is just a pair of pajama pants that I made from a pattern. The pattern is a unisex pattern, so it's made for a real high waist for women, and men typically wear pants, lower. And so it's just kind of goofy. It's really baggy legs. But I got this craft paper here. This is 30-inch wide craft paper, so that I can, I took apart a pair of sweatpants that I have, and I don't even know, they're here somewhere. And I'm going to make a pattern using this fabric from the sweatpants, because they're cotton poly as well, and like I said, I have issues with that. I've also taken apart, I've got these hoodies, and I've taken apart one of them to make a pattern out of, because I can't seem to find a pattern to do it. I actually found a way to draft a pants pattern. I just haven't done it. I'll have to find it again about drafting the pants pattern. But this last week also, we took in this machine. It had been my grandmother's, and we took it in. It's a Bernina Model 730. It's probably circa late 60s, but we took it into the Bernina shop about 20-25 miles away, and they serviced the machine. Got all the lint out, checked everything, make sure it worked. There was a gear on one of the cams that was off, but they tested the machine. Everything works now. And while we were there, I actually, because of the way that this hoodie is put together, I bought a double needle to use to seam it the same way that it is on the original. I have some shirt patterns, so maybe I'll be able to figure out, instead of getting a guide sheet, use the shirt patterns to know that the sleeve goes on at what point. But that's just something that I've been working on. Like I said, I made the I did these. It took me. I have a hard time cutting out. I have a thumb that has issues, but it took me about 10 hours to do these, cutting them out. I was just using scraps of fabric, and as you can see, that's got a really, that could almost go around my waist, the leg there. Probably could go around my waist. It needs to be taken in. It's just something that I have to do, and I haven't done yet. I need some help pinning it, and the only help I've got is Mom, and she's limited sight. So I have been doing stuff, I just haven't been doing videos about what I've been doing. I actually have been, pardon me, helping Mom today. There are, like I said, projects I'm working on. I do have some craft paper already. I'm going to use that first. I'm going to do 2 patterns, the sweatpants and the hoodie. I'm going to try to come up with enough fabric to make a jacket. The ones I've got are really badly worn. I need to make something else. But just something light for now, light color. I'm not going to line it or anything for right now. I'm just going to try it and see if I can make the pattern out of a cotton. But I just wanted to do that, and I really want to say a great big thank you to British Wool. There was a handwritten letter. It was actually hand addressed. I greatly appreciate the book that they sent me. I would love to go to England and tour the British Isles and see the different breeds of the sheep and talk to the farmers and talk to the millers who do the weaving and the processing of the wool after, on the next step of the textile chain, from the raw material on the sheep through to a final product as a fabric. That would be intensely amazing. There's actually, I've researched some of the tartans for the Scottish kilts, the tartan, how they do the plaids for the tartans. It's just amazing. It would be a really cool experience. I wish I could afford it. I need to renew my passport, which actually I need to get a new one. I never used my old one and it expired too long ago, so I need to actually get a new one. I don't have the money for that, much less the ticket to get to England and tour, but definitely I would love to do it. And getting this book and seeing how exciting all the different types of wool are based on the different type of sheep, it's just really interesting. But I wanted to do that, and thank you very much to the British Wool for sending me that book. That was just awesome, and I'm kind of tossing it in with this other catch up on what's going on. I've also got another project I'm working on. Maybe I'll do a bit of video about that as I get to it. I need to get some tools. We'll see if I can manage to come up with the money to get the tools. I don't know, maybe somehow I'll do that. But thanks again to British Wool for this wonderful book about the British sheep and wool. Like I said, I was more interested in the textile end of it, but there are definitely some beautiful sheep in here. And the product does start right there. That's the wool on the sheep, and it turns out into a fabric. And it's all put away. I don't have any out handy to work with, but it starts out on a sheep's back and ends up as a garment or a textile or something. I am going to continue working with things. I have more projects. Like I said, I want to make a hoodie, and I want to come up with a better pattern for the pants, and I also want to draft my own pants pattern. However, that's not for today. But again, British Wool, thank you for the book.